Whoa. Hello out there, audience. I'm Taylor, your casual crypt keeper, and I've got something for you today. You dust off the VCR, and please be kind and rewind, because today, you and I are going to be renting a few videotapes, not from Blockbuster, they're still closed. We're going to be settling in to watch the top 5 haunting VHS tapes that should have never been found. Now you let me know in the comments, got a little question for you. Was there ever a show or movie you saw when you were small that scared you all the way to your adult years and still plays off in your memories? Let me know down below. For me, it was definitely Jim Henson's Dark Crystal. Now let's get into some scary VHS tapes. Number 5, I Want a Toy. Coming up first on our list today is going to be this creepy VHS tape uploaded to YouTube, I Want a Toy.mp4. It's been circulating around the net for a bit, and maybe you've actually seen it before if you've got your nose to the grindstone vis-a-vis scary videos like yours truly. This video was uploaded to a channel called Baddington and is said to have been discovered on a lost VHS tape and has left people with a real uneasy feeling in their stomach afterwards, and not just from watching all that static. The video itself, it's only about 5 minutes long, but those 5 minutes are more than enough to make your skin crawl and your hair stand on end. I'm burpy. The footage is grainy and distorted, making it difficult to discern what exactly it is you're even watching. It feels like a staticky nightmare, like something you kind of remember but can't quite focus on. It's like a recording of a TV show you've never heard of or seen before, aimed at what looks like preschoolers or kindergartners. There's a puppet that looks like he's probably pretty good friends with Annabelle and the puppet from Saw, and he's sitting singing his lovely, horrifying rendition of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for You. Horrifying puppets and slowed down scary nursery rhymes. Is there a better combination in scary videos? If that wasn't enough for you though, things get a lot worse when our scary puppet friend seems to start degrading as the quality of the video degrades. His eyes vanish, and the camera cuts to our little wooden pal saying how badly he wants a toy. He's been a good boy. I don't know. I gotta be honest, Haunted Puppet, I'll see what I can do, but I can't guarantee nothing. It might be best to keep a bit of distance between us, you and I. Now, if you enjoyed this kind of stuff, and I definitely do, that's why I made a list of it, I definitely recommend you toss Baddington a subscribe. They're a very good content creator. If you like content like this, there is a lot of haunted VHS stuff on that channel. But if you're looking for more than haunted VHS stuff, analog or digital, Top 5 Scary has it all. From stories of hauntings, Halloween movies, cryptids, conspiracies, true crime, and more, we've got a little something to scare everybody. So hit subscribe and that bell and don't miss a single scream. But take it slow, okay? Make sure you watch the rest of this video. Number 4, grave robbing for morons. Do you wish you had a few extra bucks? A little side hustle to help you make a few dollars in between checks in these trying times? I know I do. Maybe you just need a hobby that can also make you a little money on the side, a little passive income. Maybe something fun like selling old clothes on Depop, or I don't know, something outdoorsy like grave robbing. Luckily, there's an instructional video you have just got to see. That's our next entry, grave robbing for morons. The video itself is a how-to guide for individuals interested in grave robbing. It provides step-by-step instructions on how to locate and dig up graves, as well as helpful little tips for avoiding detection by the authorities. Now the video does kind of seem like it might be a joke. It's presented kind of humorous, you know, there's some funny graphics and sarcastic commentary. People for a long time have wondered if the video is real, if this guy's really confessing to a criminal act, or if he's just doing a joke in poor taste. Grave robbing is definitely pretty illegal, but it's also one of those things that's considered like, I don't know, highly immoral, blasphemous, if that's your sort of thing. It's fine to grave rob if you're in like a video game and you're taking Viking gold out of an old crypt, but it's a little bit different when you're cracking open coffins in real life, I would say. Now, some people argue that the video it's just a work of satire, it's just a joke, and you shouldn't put too much stock into a weird video uploaded to YouTube, and that the video might just be a commentary on the whole absurdity of grave robbing as a whole, and this is to discourage people from engaging in the practice. Regardless of whether or not you think it's real or not, it's definitely got a lot of us talking, so it's definitely a videotape that maybe none of us should have watched. Some people believe it should be banned, while others believe it should be protected. That's all I gotta say about that. Number 3, the Paris Catacombs. The Paris catacombs really don't need any help being scary. It's a tunnel filled with the remains of hundreds of dead bodies and more bones hanging up than a museum, so even a well-lit guided tour with a stop for some coffee and fancy snacks would probably still leave you a little bit unnerved and scared with just a dash of heebies and jeebies. Oh, if only a nice walk through the catacombs was what I was showing you. Instead, I've got a terrifying video of someone running around the catacombs like they're a first-person horror game. Now, why is someone running through the catacombs? Are they running from something that's behind them? Running in the world's worst marathon? Are they just scared because they're lost and they're desperately trying to find their way to the exit? The camera gets a lot shakier as the video keeps going, and the person seems like they're running faster and faster and getting more and more stressed and scared as they try to find their way out of the never-ending, wet, dark, dank annals of the tunnels below. At the end of the video, the camera drops and footsteps are all you can hear. So we have no idea what happened to our first-person view recording. Now, someone in the comments pointed out that something to keep in mind is that even just on the map presented of the catacombs, you can go from one side of the catacombs all the way to the other. Now, a lot of the public tour is blocked off, but there are spots where you can leave the path and wander into the depths of the catacombs, and they do not advise you to do this. In fact, they would rather prefer that you do not. You can get yourself really lost. Parisian police seal every entrance they find that isn't supposed to be on the tour, which means potentially you could go into one entrance, come back and find yourself in a sealed entrance, and you can do this for miles and miles. Explorers who are familiar with the catacombs say that the depths aren't even slightly mapped out. So there are miles and miles of just unknown catacomb out there. There are ways down no one knows and paths that could lead who knows where. Just hope you're not claustrophobic. Claustrophobic. Number 2, Candle Cove. If you're really tuned into internet horror and creepy campfire stories for a digital age, then perhaps you've come across Candle Cove before. This freaky story in particular actually scared me to my core when I was younger, like really chilled my bones. So it feels very appropriate if I can traumatize a new generation. I love to give back. What can I say? I love to keep the cycle. The legend goes that Candle Cove was a TV show for younger audiences about pirates, my favorite subject, filmed as a puppet show like something like the Thunderbirds. It first popped up on a forum for nostalgic TV, where someone asked if anybody remembered this old show Candle Cove. Tons of users came out of the woodwork to share their stories and happy memories of this silly little show. It was like a group effort, everybody tossing in what little bits of trivia they remembered. But people were frustrated that it was hard to find any footage or like DVD recordings of the show. Well, someone uploaded a clip of Candle Cove and it is pretty darn unsettling. As I've already mentioned, puppets are inherently terrifying, and then you mix in some VHS artifacts, scratching and screaming, and something that's supposed to be innocent turns into a horror show real quick. A lot of the details about the show sound like it was way too scary for its young audience. There's a character named Skin Taker, a skeleton pirate wearing skin, or an episode that was just the puppets shaking and screaming into the camera. Now, where the legend of Candle Cove gets downright horrifying and freaky is that someone in the original forum thread where it was first discovered returned to the post, saying that he met up with his parents and he had asked if they knew anything about Candle Cove or remembered how much he used to love that show. And he was told by his mother she was always confused whenever he would talk about that pirate puppet show, since whenever he'd say he was watching it, he was just sitting by the TV watching static. Oh, still to this day sends a little chill up my spine. They eventually actually adapted the story of Candle Cove into a TV show. I can't remember what the name of it's called, so I probably shouldn't even have included this fucking right now. Maybe done some research. Got all of that. I am who I am. Number 1, Skinamarinka-adink-adink. This next one is short and sweet and also came out of Baddington's channel. 2 shoutouts in one video. Wow, we're gonna have to cut this guy a check. Well, when you're making some of the best scary VHS content out on the web, you can expect more than one shoutout in a video. This video is very short but spooky. Inspired by the sleeper indie horror hit Skinamarink, this short video focuses in on an animatronic bear, one that I'm sure fans of indie horror PC games will instantly recognize. Much like the movie Skinamarink, the clip really lets the tension and horror build up before unleashing a torrent of jump scares on you, and then fading out on a blurry, out of focus image of the bear from before, lingering on you and staring right into your soul. And I don't know when else I'll get a public platform for this, but please watch Skinamarink if you like this sort of thing. If you like spooky VHS horror, that's literally what the whole movie is, and it's a Canadian indie horror movie, so by Canadian content regulations, I have to mention it. Number 6, the bonus haunted video. I know, a 6th entry on Top 5 Scary? What is he doing? He's letting the power go to his head. I know this is Top 5, but I found a 6th one, and it was just too good not to include. The story about it was amazing, the footage itself is horrifying, and I think you'll agree with me for including it. If you found a videotape that had a mysterious blank label reading "Surprise," would you watch it? I feel like a lifetime of studying horror films has prepared me to know better than to do anything so stupid. Well, in 2018, a software engineer named Foon Turing discovered a mysterious VHS tape in a charity shop in Milpitas, California. The tape looked old, definitely a few decades at least, with a worn out sticker on the front reading "Surprise" and a smiley face, looking like a prop out of a horror movie. It looked like the thing that has the girl from The Ring on it. Most of us probably would have chucked that into a dumpster and set it on fire, but Foon is braver than most of us, took the tape home and popped it into an old VHS player. We got the footage, and I'm gonna warn you, there's a reason I saved this for the end. Please don't write the channel and complain if this was too much for you. It's pretty disturbing. I'm sorry, I hope that wasn't too much, and I hope you're not let down. I would never let you down or run around and desert you. That's about all she wrote for this video, my ghouls and goblins. You take it easy now, creep on creeping on, and I'll see you in the next one, long as no scary girls come out of the TV after I watch a haunted VHS tape.